time. And you don't have to support me. I don't know why you keep sitting on TV and saying Tommy Robinson's not allowed to join Reform. I've not asked to join Reform. I've never have. I'm doing my thing. All you had to say is he does his thing, we do ours. But you haven't. You've gone beyond that. You've took the attack line. Some people are saying, well, he has to distance himself. You've not even tried to distance yourself. You're attacking me at a time when I don't have an opportunity to defend myself. At a time when I've sat on solitary confinement for telling. When you're in prison, small things are big things, and this isn't even a small thing. And they're big things because you sit and stew about them all day. And to say last week I was disappointed, or this week I've been disappointed with Nigel Farage is an understatement. But I've gone from disappointment to outraged, as he's now lied on national radio. He's made the allegation that I have a criminal conviction.
We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, and we couldn't have done it without you. Thank you for your incredible support. To celebrate, we're giving away £1,000 to 10 lucky winners, £100 each. Here's how to enter. Subscribe to our channel. Like this post. Drop your postcode in the comments. Once we hit 10,000 subscribers, we'll randomly select the winners. Don't miss your chance to be part of the £1,000 giveaway. Start now, and it could be you. Nigel Farage didn't just throw a casual jab, he aimed for a knockout, calling Tommy Robinson's criminal record a list as long as your arm. It wasn't just criticism, it was a public takedown. Robinson, hearing this from behind prison walls, is raging. Why? Because to him, this isn't just an insult, it's a calculated attack. He's asking why Farage, a man with a reputation for being strategic, is suddenly airing these grievances so publicly. What's the real play here?
He's talked about this, but he has a criminal record, a list as long as your arm, violence against women.
It's an out-and-out lie. Nigel's a big voice, a serious voice. He gets taken seriously. People believe what he says.
Farage's words hit hard, but they also raise eyebrows. Robinson has always been a polarizing figure, but this feels like more than distancing, it feels like Farage is trying to bury him. And Robinson, he's not backing down. He's accusing Farage of using his influence to shift blame and distract from bigger issues.
Time and time again now this week, he's took his opportunity to defame me, to slander me, to lie about me, in a week where he sat, and I watched because he accused Kemi of lying about him, because Kemi said he played with a few numbers on his membership scheme. It's a bit of a different lie to making the ultimate accusation that I am violent against women. What's worse that he could have said?
This isn't just about records or reputations anymore, it's a clash of power and loyalty, and the fallout could shake the very foundation of Reform UK. But here's the real question, does this move put Farage's own credibility at risk? Let's unpack that next. Nigel Farage is no small player. His name alone carries weight, and his influence over UK politics is undeniable. Right now, Farage holds an almost magnetic pull with people desperate for a strong voice to save the country. But here's the twist, cracks are starting to show. Behind the polished speeches and promises, rumours are swirling that Farage's hands aren't as clean as they seem.
It's outrageous, Nigel. This is a lie. You know it's a lie. This isn't the first time. And you don't have to support me. I don't know why you keep sitting on TV and saying Tommy Robinson's not allowed to join Reform. I've not asked to join Reform. I've never have. I'm doing my thing. All you had to say is he does his thing, we do ours. But you haven't. You've gone beyond that. You've took the attack line. Some people are saying, well, he has to distance himself. You've not even tried to distance yourself. You're attacking me at a time when I don't have enough.
Robinson knows this, and it's part of why he's hitting back so hard. He believes Farage's power isn't just in his popularity, it's in the secrets he keeps. Could those secrets, if exposed, flip the narrative? Some are already asking if Farage's moves against Robinson are a distraction from his own vulnerabilities. The stakes couldn't be higher. Farage has the public's ear, but how long can he keep their trust? This isn't just about politics anymore, it's about whether Farage's strength is built on a foundation that's about to crumble. And what about Robinson? He claims he has no interest in being part of Reform UK.
Myself at a time when I've sat on solitary confinement for telling the truth, Nigel. You say contempt. 53 million people have watched that film. They know I told the truth. And I made the decision to play that film, which I don't regret. And I'm in jail now for that, and I don't regret it. Because I actually do believe in free speech. I do stand by my values and stand by my principles.
Tommy Robinson isn't holding back when it comes to his position on Reform UK. He's clear, he doesn't want in. He says he's never asked to join the party and never plans to. But why is this even a question? Some believe Farage's public dismissal of Robinson is meant to squash rumours before they start. Robinson sees it differently. He argues that Farage's statement was unnecessary and only added fuel to an already raging fire. To Robinson, this feels like a deliberate move to drag his name into Reform UK's drama, a fight he says he never signed up for. This is where it gets tricky. By distancing himself so strongly, Robinson is raising eyebrows. If he doesn't want in, why is he so vocal? And why does Farage feel the need to address him at all? It's a standoff that keeps the public guessing. But there's another layer here, a can of worms that Farage might regret opening. Could this all backfire?
This isn't the first time. In my first contempt in 2017-18, when I was outside Leeds Crown Court reporting on grooming gangs, I was put in jail then. And I watched as Nigel Farage justified my imprisonment. And then I was released because everything they'd done was unlawful. But he took the establishment line then. My terrorism case, which is coming up on March the 20th, which everyone's going to get to see. And when I was arrested for terrorism, so many Reform members and supporters were demanding Nigel speak out against the abuse of power under terrorism legislation to detain a journalist and then charge me because I wouldn't give them access to my sources of information.
Nigel Farage might have thought calling out Tommy Robinson was a smart move, but did it backfire? By taking such a bold stance, he's opened up questions he might not want to answer. Robinson supporters, already fiercely loyal, are now asking if Farage is hiding something. Why would someone with such influence pick this fight? Here's where it gets interesting. Farage's critique didn't just shine a light on Robinson, it brought attention to himself. Speculation is swirling about Farage's motives, and critics are starting to wonder if this was less about Robinson and more about Farage protecting his own image. Could this calculated attack have unintended consequences?
Outrageous. Nigel then said it was because of a passport. That's another lie. It'll be proven in the court case. And he's justified my treatment after playing my film Silence, and now this. Nigel, this is not fair. It's cowardly. I've made the attempt time and time again to say I don't want to be at war with Nigel Farage. I don't want to be going backwards and forwards with Nigel Farage.
Public opinion is starting to shift. Some are questioning Farage's trustworthiness, while others think this might be the beginning of his downfall. Robinson's claims, paired with Farage's bold moves, have stirred the pot in ways neither side may have fully anticipated. And in the middle of all this, Robinson supporters are making their presence known. Tommy Robinson's name might be polarizing, but his support base is nothing short of loyal. These aren't just casual followers, they're people who passionately believe in what he says. From social media to public rallies, they've made it clear they're standing by him, even as he sits in prison.
I want you to lie about me. I'm not saying you have to support me. Just stop lying about me. I was hoping that you, Reform, would be a voice for working class people who have been...
Loyalty is one of the reasons Farage's remarks have stirred such backlash to Robinson supporters. This isn't just about politics, it's personal. They see Farage's critique as an attack on their values, their beliefs, and the man they respect. And while Robinson may be behind bars, his voice carries far beyond prison walls. Here's what makes this even more significant: Robinson supporters are vocal, organized, and determined. Their unwavering loyalty gives Robinson a platform to challenge Farage's claims and push back against the narrative being built around him. But with public sentiment already shifting, could this groundswell of support start to tip the scales? Let's look at what the public is saying about Farage's actions.
Does his own campaigns. You know, he's been in prison numerous times. And by the way, for those of you at home who think he's in prison now for exposing grooming gangs, he's not. He's in prison for contempt of court for the third time. He raises a lot of money off the back of all these appeals that he has for legal challenges. He can do his own thing. We're doing ours.
Nigel Farage might have thought his criticism of Tommy Robinson would bolster his image, but the public response tells a different story. Farage's remarks have sparked widespread debate, and for some, it's the moment they've started to question him. Could this be the beginning of the end for Farage's ironclad reputation? Some voices in the public are saying he's overplayed his hand. Farage built his influence on being a man of the people, someone who spoke hard truths. But now his attack on Robinson has left many wondering if he strayed from that image. Could it be that Farage, in his pursuit of power, has underestimated how much Robinson's supporters, and even neutral observers, would push back? This shift is significant. People who once backed Farage are beginning to see cracks in his persona. Some believe he's now at risk of losing the very trust that made him a political heavyweight. And if Farage is showing signs of weakness, what might that mean for his true character?
Worry that the party pooper could be the person who may be your biggest saviour a week ago, Elon Musk. You called him a bloody hero on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
You said you were expecting a reasonably sized donation. Do you still think that? He's saying remarks now attacking Britain, supporting Tommy Robinson. Is he now political kryptonite to you?
Well, he's attacking the leadership of Britain. I mean, he's saying Britain's been terribly badly led, and that the grooming scandal, the mass rape scandal, which has resurfaced, and transcripts of what was said in court have been online, and I recommend you at home don't read them. You won't sleep at night. And so, yes, he is attacking the leadership in Britain. He's very supportive of me. He's very supportive of the party. He sees Robinson as one of these people that fought against the grooming gangs. But of course the truth is Tommy Robinson's in prison, not for that, but for contempt of court for the third occasion. But I mean, equally, there are people in Britain who think that Robinson is a political prisoner. That's the narrative that he's pushed out. That's how he earns his living, but it isn't quite true.
Would you accept Robinson as a member of your party? You quit UKIP over the association with him last time.
No. Look, Robinson has been to prison many, many times for many, many things. Mortgage fraud, passport problems, you name it. He's got his own campaign. We are a political party aiming to win the next general election. He's not what we need.
The unsettling question some are asking is Nigel Farage finally revealing who he really is? For years, he's been a symbol of hope for those wanting to change the UK's political direction. But after his clash with Tommy Robinson, doubts are creeping in. Farage's critics argue that this feud isn't just a strategic misstep, it's a glimpse into his real priorities. Has his drive for influence clouded his judgment? His supporters have always believed he's the man to guide the UK through uncertain times, but now some are saying his actions suggest otherwise. What's worrying is how this affects the bigger picture. The UK is looking for strong leadership, and Farage's missteps could erode the faith people have placed in him. If he's willing to take such an aggressive stance against Robinson, what does that say about his decision-making? The pressure is mounting, and Farage's next move will be critical. Meanwhile, Robinson's critiques are gaining traction. Could Farage be feeling the heat? Let's explore that next. Tommy Robinson isn't just throwing punches, he's making them count. Even from prison, his arguments are hitting hard, and they're resonating with people who are already questioning Nigel Farage's leadership. Robinson's critique isn't random, it's calculated, pointed, and, for some, painfully accurate.
My position is perfectly clear on that. I never wanted Tommy Robinson to join UKIP. I don't want him to join Reform UK. And
he's challenging Farage's motives, calling him out for being more concerned with his image than with addressing the real issues facing the UK. Robinson argues that Farage's attack on him wasn't about principles, it was about politics. And the timing couldn't be worse for Farage. Farage is now juggling the fallout from his comments and the rising skepticism from both Robinson's supporters and his own. The pressure is building, and he knows it. Public opinion is a powerful force, and Farage's once solid standing is looking shakier by the day. The real question is, can Farage handle the heat, or will Robinson's persistent critiques and the growing backlash force him to rethink his strategy? One thing's for sure, the political landscape just got a lot more unpredictable. Tommy Robinson isn't just throwing punches, he's making them count. Even from prison, his arguments are hitting hard, and they're resonating with people who are already questioning Nigel Farage's leadership. Robinson's critique isn't random. It's calculated, pointed, and, for some, painfully accurate.
Spreading lies and misinformation as far and as wide as possible. They're not interested in victims, they're interested in themselves. Those who are cheerleading Tommy Robinson, not interested in justice. They're supporting a man who went to prison for nearly collapsing a grooming case, a gang grooming case. These are people who are trying to get some kind of vicarious thrill from street violence that people like Tommy Robinson promote.
This clash between Tommy Robinson and Nigel Farage has exposed cracks in the facade of UK politics. Farage, once seen as a steady hand to guide the country, now faces mounting pressure as public trust wavers. Robinson's fierce rebuttal and loyal following have amplified doubts about Farage's motives and decision-making. Meanwhile, the public is left questioning if Farage's actions reflect his true character. What do you think? Is Farage showing his true colours, or is this just political strategy? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on this ongoing battle.